Hey guys, Ryan here from Melee.co, and this week I just wanted to talk about some of the things that I'm working on and how I approach practice and trying to improve. Not really to give you guys an idea of what to do, because I really don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not, but just to talk about the way that I'm approaching things and what I'm trying to work on. And so how it works with me, and how my Smash games and stuff work out, is that every single Tuesday we have a meetup at a game shop here on the Gold Coast called The Good Games. And so every week on Tuesday night I get to play Smash with a bunch of different people. And so what I do, and the approach that I've had over the last month or so, is that I'll go to this game on Tuesday, and this will give me a reference point for where I'm up to and what I'm at. And so what I'll do is I'll go and we'll play, and my chain grabbed so bad. Anyway, we'll go and we'll play, and we run, I run an informal bracket as well, so we do a bracket but without any money. And so we will run that, and then I will play that, obviously, and then at the end of the night, what I tend to do before I go to sleep is I assess, okay, what was I doing wrong? What was I getting punished for? And what sort of things do I feel like I need to work on? And so let me go through the notes from what I had from last Tuesday. So it's now Monday. So I've got another event tomorrow night, and so we'll have some more notes there. But what I had to work on was firstly wave dashing and dash dancing. So let's go into practice mode, and I'll talk about this a bit and how I feel about this. So let's go into training. We've got Falco, that's fine. And we'll go to Battlefield. So what I have as an issue is my movement as Peach. Now, Peach is a pretty slow player, and one of the things that I have problems with is I'm so aggressive I often get punished, or I'm playing against someone who's so good I just don't know how to move and I end up being a sitting duck. And so what I feel like I need to work on is my ability to dash dance better and my ability to wave dash. Now, I can wave dash in practice. It's a bit harder here because I'm on the computer. The triggers don't respond quite the same as they do on my CRT. So soon I'll have my CRT and I'll be filming on that when I'm playing these games. But what I'll do to practice my wave dashing is I'll just go across the stage using one hand. I'll go back using that same hand. You can see how bad this is going. And then I'll go across using the other hand. So I mainly use my left hand for the trigger, but I've started trying to use my right hand because of what I want to be able to do is be able to wave dash out of shield and have more options and things like that. So if I can only wave dash with one hand and I'm in shield, wave dashing out of shield can be quite difficult if you're only using one trigger. So it is possible, you can do it, but it seems a lot harder to me. So that's basically what I do to practice wave dashing. Is I'll go on Battlefield here, I'll go across, with one hand, I'll go back with that same hand. You can see I make lots of errors, and then I'll do it with the other hand. And basically I'll do that for about 15 minutes. Generally, I got 20XX, so it's just set up for an 8-minute match. So I'll do it for one match and then go back and do it for another match, have 4 stocks, but it goes for 8 minutes. So that's how I know I've done it for 15 minutes, is I'll time it. And then when it comes to dash dancing, I'll get on the platform and I'll practice dash dancing. What I used to do a lot is just really tiny dash dances like this, which I feel like make me even more vulnerable than if I was just standing still sometimes. And so what I'm trying to do is extend my dash dance and get more confident in my full range of dash dancing. So everything from the really small to, the maximum dash dance that Peach can do. So we can see that, I miss a few of those and she runs out. So I'm still trying to get used to the maximum range she can do. And I do find this useful, especially against lower level players, similar to myself really, is that if I can dash dance, then I can bait out some moves or force them to approach me, dash away, and then come back in with something like a dash attack. And look, that's something that I need to fix because I do spam dash attack too much. But, being able to dash dance and get out of the way when I need to, or to come in and punish a whiff, has been very important to me. And so that's something that I've been working on. And something else I wanted to work on was FC bear walls. So if you don't know, one of the things that is really cool about Peach is if you start a move while you're in float. So if I'm floating and I start a move and then I hit the ground, I've only got 4 frames of lag. However, if I do that same forward air and hit the ground, you can see there's a lot more lag there. So one of the things that I find frustrating with Peach is I like to be an aggressive player, and dash attack is the only thing that I feel like has good range at the moment, which just means I don't know Peach's options well enough. But something that I do see a lot of people using is these float cancelled bears, or bear walls sometimes they call them, because you do it and fall down and it just covers like a wall. So that's something that I need to practice. I didn't actually get around to practicing that this week, but that's something that I want to practice for spacing. Because I'm so aggressive, I just always seem to go in forwards. It's counterintuitive to me to turn around and to basically poke my ass at the other player. So that's something that I need to get better at, and that's something that I wrote in my notes. I also wrote down that I want to practice my invulnerable ledge option. So something I'm not great at is edge guarding as well, and so I can hover over the edge and do a bear. I can grab the edge, or I can do a Z drop turnip and then grab the edge, which can be useful against some characters like Marth, or I can throw a turnip down. I'm okay at sniping people as well, but I don't have a lot of edge guard options. So one of the things that apparently you can do is there's invulnerable ledge attack. So you grab the ledge, and then if you drop off, okay, I'm jumping instead of dropping off, drop off, float, and then you can do like a back air or something like that if you still got your float in you. But you'll see that by the time I actually get a back air in, I'm not invulnerable anymore. So that's something that I wanted to work on, was just more invulnerable ledge options. But now that I'm thinking about it, I probably need to work on more, like being able to go off stage and bear, and mixing things up. One thing I have been practicing that I see Amada do a lot is he'll have a turnip and he'll go off, he'll jump, he'll throw the turnip, and then he'll float right here to capture the side Bs from usually it's Fox. And so that's something that I need to do, rather than just staying on the stage and letting them get away with those side Bs. You throw the turnip because it might hit, or it might just limit their options, and then you float here so you can cover them going back to the ledge. And so that's something I have been practicing a little bit. I've also been practicing these turnip throws. So you run, jump, throw the turnip, and grab the edge. So that's something I couldn't do before. And so now I've been practicing doing that. I feel a lot more confident doing that. So I'll run, short hop, use the C stick to throw the turnip back. Whereas previously I used to run and I'd end up throwing the turnip down, so I'd still be facing the right way, or I'd end up throwing the turnip in the wrong direction. And so that's something that I needed to practice to be able to grab the edge, because otherwise I got to turn around, I got to float, I got to drop, and I would just make that mistake so many times. So they're I guess my 2 options I've been practicing, is that throwing the turnip and then hovering to cover the side B, and also running, short hopping, throwing the turnip backwards. You can see I made the error there, throwing the turnip backwards to grab the ledge. And so that's really what I've been practicing this week. I also wrote in my notes that random float cancelled fares continually get punished. So what I'll do in the game, so Peach has forward air, which is a great move. If you float cancel it, it can be positive on shield. And so, I thought float cancel fair, that's something that I need to do to, I guess, pressure opponents and things like that. But what would happen is, let's move Falco onto the ground. Oh, no. Okay. So Falco's down there. I'd be over here. I would do a float cancel fair here or something like that. So I'm not really putting any pressure on, and then Falco would run in and punish me. So I found out that was happening a lot. I was doing a lot of float cancelled fares that were then getting punished by other players. So I just need to be a lot more careful on my spacing on those, so that I don't get punished on those. And then I also wrote down some details for Peach Dittos, because I often find myself losing to the other Peach player on the Gold Coast who's slightly better than me. And so I just wrote in Peach Dittos, I need to be more patient, stop being so aggressive. I also need to throw lots of turnips, so I need to be grabbing and throwing turnips more to put the pressure on. And don't down tilt or down smash. So something that I'll do a lot is down tilt, because it's quite a good move that can give you some follow-ups, especially against Peach. Sometimes you can get basically like a guaranteed follow-up, not against Peach, against Sheik with down tilt. But like, I really like that move, but you do that against Peach and then she down smashes you, and so it's not really the best move to do because you end up having 60% racked up against you. So that's something that I need to stop doing, is I need to stop down tilting or down smashing so much, because I did get caught in a lot of washing machines. I also need to hard DI Peach's down throw. So if Peach down throws you, you can't actually DI away from her. So if I'm facing this way and I down throw Falco, he can't actually DI in that direction. So he can only DI, you know, I think it's up or down or like into me. And so what I would do is try and DI away because I want to get out of the situation. It would just pop me up and I get punished with a nair. So I need to hard DI into Peach every time I get down throwed. I also need to use down throw more often. It's not something that I do. I'll usually up throw or, you know, do a forward smash. I mean a forward throw or a back throw. So rarely do I use the down throw option, especially against Peach. So that's something that, something that I need to do more often. I need to be careful with my grab range. So let's move Falco into the middle. What I would do is run up and then whip out a grab like that. So I'd run up, whip out a grab, and so I was just missing so many grabs. I got that one. Or I'd be in shield and do a shield grab out of range. So I just need to be really careful with my grab range because I miss a lot. But then also when I'm attacking Peach, or any player basically, I'm often in their grab range, and so if they're on shield and I hit them, they'll just, you know, grab me out of shield or something like that, and I'll get punished. So I need to be careful with the grabs I'm throwing out, as well as attacking people's shield so I don't get grabbed. And I also wrote down I need to punish rolls. So if, you know, other players are rolling, I need to be able to punish that. So I don't know why I wrote that. I can't remember the situation for that, but apparently that's what I need to do. So really this week, I've been practicing movement mostly, and then just, I guess, trying to consciously think about those things for Peach Dittos and not doing those random float cancelled fairs that are just in the middle of nowhere that are getting punished. So the approach that I take to practicing is basically I try and work on the thing that I'm worst at. So I'll go ahead and I'll play, and I'll then analyze, you know, what did I do wrong? What am I getting punished for? Why am I losing? What is the biggest thing holding me back from winning and from being better? And so I'll look at that, and I tend to work on the thing that I'm worst at that point in time. So right now I feel like I'm worst at my movement, so I feel like I can't move around the stage confidently. I can wave dash in practice, but as soon as I'm in tournament or as soon as I'm in friendlies, then my wave dash goes out the window and I end up just jumping, or, you know, or I'll like go across the stage like this. So basically I just lose my wave dash completely. And so I really feel like movement is the major area for me. So I'm not saying this is the right way to practice, but for me, trying to get better is I look at what am I doing the worst? What is the biggest thing that I'm having problems with, that I'm getting punished for? And then I try and work on that. And the goal is that, you know, I'm working on movement at the moment, and then eventually movement won't be the worst thing. It'll be my float cancelled fairs, or it'll be the fact that I'm missing grabs, or it'll be, you know, my edge guarding is one of my worst things. So maybe after I work on my movement, I'll then be like, yeah, I'm moving around the stage a lot. I'm, you know, unpredictable, and they're not getting me because I can't move. And now the biggest thing I'm just messing up is my edge guarding. And so then I'll focus on edge guarding. And then once that's get better, I might say, oh, the worst thing I'm doing is I'd get no follow-ups or something. I'm getting single hits, or maybe I'm losing center stage or something like that. And so basically I'll work through my worst thing, which at the moment is dash dancing and wave dashing, or movement in general. So I'll work on that, and then, you know, as I improve, then I choose something else to work on. So I'm always working on the thing that is worse for me, and that's the way that I am trying to get better. I'm not saying that's the best way, but I'm saying that's the way that I'm trying to get better. And so that's kind of what I'm working on at the moment. I do now have some recording set up. So I got an old laptop, and I've set that up so I can record games. So tomorrow night when I go to Melee, I'll record some games, upload them to the internet, and then sometime this week or maybe next week, I'll go through and analyze one of those games, see what I'm doing wrong, try and improve it, and see if we can't improve every single week. So that gives you an idea of where I'm at, gives you an idea of what I'm working on at the moment. I hope that it encourages you. I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm not saying I'm doing it right, because I'm definitely probably making a lot of mistakes when it comes to training. I've got so much to learn. But that's where I'm at the moment. Hope this has been interesting to you guys. Keep going out there, keep playing, and until next time, keep smashing.